Good afternoon, everyone. I am Bhavna Chauhan and I welcome you all to the last day of our FDP. It's been wonderful to have your active participation throughout these 6 days, and today we move towards the concluding part of our program. Before we begin, let me quickly share some important guidelines about the final assessment, feedback, and certification. First, we have the final online assessment on the Atal portal. It will be available today between 6:30 to 7:30 pm. The test will have 50 multiple choice questions, each carrying 2 marks, to be completed within 60 minutes. To qualify, you need a minimum of 70% marks. Along with this, you must also submit the final feedback form on the Atal portal, again in the same time window. Please remember, both the assessment and the feedback are and the certificate will be issued only if you also meet the 80% attendance requirement. A small but important tip: kindly try logging in well before 6:30 pm Atal portal with your registered user ID and the password so you don't face any last minute login issues. To make things easier, we will also share a demo of the steps to start your assessment and feedback at the end of the third session today. So please keep these points in mind as we move forward with the today's session. Wishing you all the very best for the final assessment. Now, moving ahead with the session, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person for session 11 of day 6, Mr. Ashish Tripathi. He is currently the Chief of Product Strategy at Pure Home Plus Living, where he leads product vision and assortment strategy across home decor, gifting, and lifestyle categories. With over 15 years of rich experience in luxury retail, e commerce, and ad tech, he has consistently driven growth, innovation, and customer centric solutions. An alumnus of the National Institute of Fashion Technology, Mumbai, with a master's in fashion management, he is widely recognized for his expertise in product strategy, merchandising, data driven decision making, and brand growth. Today, he will be speaking on the topic Evaluation of AI in Education, which I am sure will provide us with the valuable insights and practical perspectives. Please join me in welcoming Sir. Welcome, Sir.
Hi all. Hi. Thank you, Bhavna. That was quite a long introduction, I guess. Uh, Thank you so much, guys. As Bhavna has already suggested, we are here to discuss AI and we are here to discuss how AI is going to help us, going to uh, be there for all of us, and not maybe standing against us. We all have been hearing about it. We all have been being surrounded by it somehow, one way or the other. Especially after the onboarding of ChatGPT since at least 2021-22, uh, we all have been one way or the other using AI. Let it be from our watches to our phones. So we are going to discuss this, wherein we are going to help us understand how can we incorporate AI, artificial intelligence into teaching, into assessment going forward. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Let me share my screen. I'm trying to. Once again. Once again. Bhavna, can I send you this presentation? Maybe you can present.
Yeah, sure, sir.
I'm not able to somehow share this. Should I share on this message chat box only?
Yes, sir. So you can try it using the share option available on the screen.
I am trying to, but it is not allowing me somehow. 1 second. Did you get the PPT or not?
So where have you shared it?
On the chat box? Yeah. No, you didn't get it?
No, sir.
Oh God. 1 second. Should I email you?
Sure, sir.
I'm sending the PPT to Deepak.
Okay, sir.
1 second. 1 second. Right. I just sent the presentation PDF.
Okay, sir. Meanwhile, let me walk you through the guides.
Hi. Sorry, Bhavna, to interrupt. Uh,
Yes,
we
sir.
can continue even chatting anyways. So basically,
Okay,
the
sir. Sure.
pretext of this presentation is going to be around how we are going to use AI in assessments, in teaching, and most importantly, how are we going to help students learn it? And before that, how are we? What are the tools? With we, I would primarily mean the teachers. How are we going to understand this? How are we going to use this? Uh, Also, the pretext that I'm going to set forth over here is that AI is not going to take over the teaching. What AI maybe is going to take over is saving your time, saving your, uh, you know, energy wherein you want to direct this towards more human development of students than just you know making them gulp the books. We are at a situation wherein maybe people who are into their 30s and 35 plus, uh, that we were say in early 2000s wherein internet came in, wherein all those the dot-com bubble came in and all of that happened. Then the 2010s is the era of social media. Similarly, 2020s are the is the era of AI. Everything is going towards that, and maybe we want to present ourselves that way. We want to be prepared ourselves that way. So that is the overall pretext that we are going to talk about in the upcoming 1 hour session, or and then we are going to save some 15-20 minutes for Q&A. And if you want to meet or run through any AI bots or any other things that you may want to. Over to you, Bhavna, if you may want to continue.
So we are in the process of downloading your PPT. Till then, I'll tell the guidelines to the participants. Following are the guidelines. First, we have the first final online assessment on the Atal portal. It will be available today between 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The test will have 50 multiple choice questions, each carrying 2 marks, to be completed in 60 minutes. To qualify, you need a minimum of 70% marks. Along with this, you must also submit the final feedback form on the Atal portal, again in the same time window. Please remember, both the assessment and the feedback are compulsory, and the certificate will be issued only if you also meet the 80% attendance requirement. A small but important tip, kindly try logging in well before 6:30 p.m. on the Atal portal with your registered user ID and password, so you don't face any last time login issues. Thank you. So you may continue now.
Yes. Did anyone get the presentation? I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Uh, Deepak, maybe I have also sent you on your WhatsApp.
So the
Oh,
screen is
thank God.
also it is shared. Is it visible to you?
Yes, it is visible to me. Thank you so much, Bhavna.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, we can go to the next slide. So, year 2025, I'm sure you have been through a lot of presentations and sessions. Why are we discussing AI right now? Is 2025 we have declared as year of artificial intelligence. This is by the government of India, and nearly 40 million students across 40,000 plus AICTE colleges are going to be impacted by it. In totality, the number that I have seen is approximately 67,000 colleges that there are which are under AICTE, guidelines, and this is maybe still a smaller percentage, but this is of course going to grow. Okay, 8 lakh students. That's including from class 11 to until colleges, of course. Uh, Colleges, we still see as you are moving from class 11th and onward, we are still seeing there's no structured format per se under which the students are falling, wherein they are being told or guided with to follow certain instructions. That is, those number of students is very, very less, at least in colleges. That is why the push from the government of India, wherein the government of India in totality, and including the education ministry, is trying to target to include more and more college students into this program. Okay. Next question. Next slide, please. Slide 3. Okay. Your takeaway, as we just talked about, we are going to understand what is the role going to be for artificial intelligence into your education. How are you going to use it? What can be the tools, whether it is from the government of India, whether it is from the industry partnerships like IBM or Google. Then what are the tools that we may use in order to help you teach the classroom? How can that be implemented into a classroom and help you guys uh, to take the AI to the next step forward as far as India is concerned? And lastly, we are going to see how is it going to help you in assessment. There may be times, as I said before, AI is going to help you save a lot of time and not going to replace you. It's just that you are going to and you are supposed to learn it. This is going to help you in essays. Gone are the days wherein people are submitting, their exams and their question answer sheets into, a physical format. More or less, this is going to be online, and if it is not online, and it is going to be a combination of hard copies and online copies. And how AI is going to help you assess that. Okay. Next, please. So, National Education Program 2022 is where we stand right now. Uh, there is a mandate from Government of India, as we talked about. Government of India wants to elaborate more and more upon AI. We want to start depending more and more upon AI. We want to start going to become the global leader of the AI, and more from a consumer perspective. We are also looking forward on a production perspective. There is an expert committee which is headed by Dr. Anand Deshpande. He's MD of Persistent Systems. And then we have a lot of CBSE curriculums upcoming, which are wherein students are taught with the manuals and coding of the AI. Next, please. But as we talked about why we are here right now, we need to have a reality check as well. Teachers, only 60% are using AI. 19,000 schools, as we stated earlier, this is around 70% of schools are using AI, not colleges. Colleges are even lower. Okay, if you talk about a percentage in colleges, it is as low as less than 20% of the number of AICTE approved colleges. Those numbers are falling less and less under the AI program, and that's why maybe a push from the government and a push from the AICTE, and only 10,000 teachers are enrolled in the education programs given by the government of India, which is 0.1% so far from the count of the teachers of AICTE. There is clearly a digital divide. Okay, people are not still very hands-on with AI, and maybe if they are, and we are using for writing a certain essay or a certain email, but we are not deeply integrating ourselves into the world of AI. And that infrastructure gap is also present, wherein you may want a certain kind of system which you may not have, you may want certain internet which you may not have. Okay, so that is also a reality check which we may want to address in the future. Okay, next slide, please. So, what are the big pictures that we are going to talk about? The major one is personalized learning, wherein how you and the students as well are going to learn and adopt to the AI. See, AI is going to be a reality, whether somebody likes it or not. Same as internet became a reality for us in 2000s, same as social media became a reality for us in 2010s. AI is a reality and it is everywhere. Even if you're trying to chat to a consumer service, there is a AI bot which is chatting with you. Gone are the days wherein a call center guy is going to talk to you. Okay, how are we going to bring in efficiency into the administration, wherein we may want to look into grading, we may want to look into assessment. Uh, so administrative efficiency is going to come from also from a lot of SOPs and policies which are being set by the colleges and the government of India, including or the Ministry of Education. It is not just going to happen, by the teachers or only by the students or by a certain college. It's a collective effort. And lastly, is the enhanced engagement. These are three core areas that we are going to talk about in this particular session. Next one, please. As we talked about, we are heading into online classrooms more and more and more. Uh, Thanks to COVID, teachers became very hands-on, at least with the VC education system, wherein the companies or the industries of online classroom came forth. Few of the examples are Smart Sparrow, Khan Academy, and Google AI-driven courses and tools. If you go to Smart Sparrow, it's kind of the initial ones are free, and of course, if you want to go ahead and uh, you know uh, try to buy a paid one, that is also available. But you can over here create a certain education pattern. You can pick up, uh, a student by student. So, for example, if you have a student who is facing issue in say learning history, okay, you may or learning history in the language that you are not very comfortable explaining into. For example, the student is from a region where Tamil is spoken, and you guys are, or the other people or the teacher is more comfortable in say English or Hindi. In that case, you can go to Smart Sparrow, suggest Smart Sparrow that okay, I have a student who is not comfortable into history, I have a student who is not also comfortable in the language that I speak into. Help me generate a personalized course for this particular student. You can even do that. You can even ask Smart Sparrow tools to generate specialized chapters, specialized presentations, which may want to mold the way the chapter is explained into the way the student is going to understand. Because every student is not going to be the same, and that has always been the case. We all have been student at some point of the other time. We all have been there, and you guys thankfully are also teaching now. Okay, if you are able to mold a certain chapter by reducing the size of students, say you are teaching a class of 50 people or a 50 student, if you are molding a chapter personalized to just 3 students who you feel are not able to pick up a certain topic, pick up a certain subject, you can use Smart Sparrow. It will give you real time analytics, how the student is preparing itself, how much time is he spending, how much maybe spending time in each section of a certain chapter. And it can give you analysis that okay, he's not or she is not comfortable in a certain section than the other. Okay, and it is also going to adopt as per what student or you are suggesting it to be. If you want it more visual, it will create a visual. If you want to create more moving visuals, it will create a moving visuals for you or the student. Okay, then we have, just go back, sorry. And then we have Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a AI powered assistant, more or less. Okay, while Smart Sparrow is going to mold a certain chapter for you, Khan Academy is going to create exercises for you. The first part is Smart Sparrow is going to help you teach. The second part is going to help you, uh, engrave the certain teaching into the mind of the student. It With this, you can generate videos, you can generate AI powered assistant or as well. Okay, you can ask the AI in Khan Academy that okay, I have a certain student, this is the profile of the student, this is what he or she is comfortable with, generate an AI bot for me. This is a free educational platform. Okay, this is again an Indian one, very specialized into India. Then comes the Google AI. Okay, it's a global giant for sure. To a very large extent, it is free. Okay, if you if you are using say two tools in Smart Sparrow and Khan Academy which are free, in Google AI courses and tools you can use at least 7 to 8. Okay, that is the extent of Google AI is right now, because Google is also trying to establish its foothold on the AI arena in the world. Okay. So it is trying to teach and include more and more people into Google. So right now, if you want to have maybe just one free resource right now, it is going to be Google AI so far. Okay, it may not be as to the point as say Smart Sparrow or Khan Academy, but it is going to help you as teachers understand how are you going to mold AI tools in order to teach the students. Okay, next please. Then we have Gamma AI. You can generate a whole presentation from scratch with just a prompt of 4 lines. So, say you want to teach about a certain economic principle, say you want to teach about certain law in corporate law, say you want to teach about a certain section in corporate law, you can put up the prompt in Gamma AI and it is going to generate a full blown presentation for you and for your students, and also generate questions and assessment sheets for you. It is not free for sure, but this is one tool wherein the teachers, at least so far in India, is going to need the help from the colleges, from the institutions, from AICTE or from government of India in totality. Then we have Magic School. This is where you are going to analyze and customize your curriculum. Okay, you want to teach certain chapters before, it is going to do that. You want to teach or finish your certain courses in a time frame, it is going to pull out the essentials of the chapters or a certain topic for you and for your students to understand better. That's what Magic School is. Okay, of course this is also not very free. Well, the first section of this slide talked about majorly free resources. This one in particular is not free, unfortunately. So while Gamma AI talks about generating a certain presentation with which you want to present the chapters to your students, Magic School AI is going to customize your curriculum. Okay, say in a curriculum you have 17 chapters to cover. Okay, you may want to mold your students to read something before which you may feel is far more important than the other. Okay, that you can do. So you are still the decision maker, you are still there. Okay, you are still maybe teaching out of a book. You may want to consider these AI the new books. These are the new books. Okay, so Magic School AI is going to help you with that. Okay, Koripo is a very interactive platform wherein you can generate polls and quizzes and real-time feedback, how the student is doing, how is it keeping, how is it not keeping. You can also be live with a certain student while he or she is doing, an engagement session on the Koripo. Okay. Uh, for all of these three at least, a business subscription is available wherein you can buy the subscription on the ID of a college, and it can be used by a larger group than just buying a personalized subscription for these platforms. Okay, so these are the few Indian classroom. The gist of these two slides majorly is we need to start replacing our older tools with the new tools. There must have been times when uh, students were taught on, by writing on stones. We from there we moved down to leaves. From there we moved down to pages. From there we moved down to books. From there now we need to move on to maybe these. We have successfully moved on to say internet, but this is the future. 10 years hence, all of these will be taught on this one. Okay. Any questions so far from anyone? Okay. Let's move next, Bhavna. Okay. So this is a case study that has recently happened. This is done by the Uttar Pradesh government, wherein they are introducing AI education in nearly 1 million schools for students in from class 6th to 8th. This is a successful case study so far. However, the extent of knowledge distribution is still less or still to be ascertained, because the curriculum from chapter from class 6th to 8th is still very, very, very basic, than being customized for generating a certain skill or generating employment or generating a business. Um, it may be involving certain coding, but that's on a very, very basic level. It's like you are trying to learn how to do a sum on a MS Excel sheet. Okay. Uh, but nonetheless, nearly 1 million students, which is 10 lakh students so far, this has been successfully able to complete this or join this program from Uttar Pradesh government. This is one case study, the link of which I have also shared in the annexure. You may want to see that in a later stage. So do read this case study whenever you would have time. Okay, next please. Okay. The big picture is our processes needs to be focused on evaluation, on assessments. Let it be oral, let it be portfolio based. It should be more towards problem solving. It cannot now be just making the student gulp a book. Gulping a book with AI is getting more and more easier. Okay, uh, you must be seeing videos wherein a whole book is now summarized in a video of just 5 minutes. It is AI is able to reduce the kind of time you may need to understand a certain book. Hence, we need to develop a certain administrative efficiency onto grading and scheduling the grading. We cannot now just rely on human interference. Okay, at the same time, we want to bring on hands-on project addressing by joining or by letting the communities join in the students, to which the students will have a hands-on knowledge also how to use AI. If you are letting the students join a certain community than reading a certain book on AI, the first part is going to help the student more than the second bit, and hence you are involved solving a problem with the student for a certain community amongst a certain community in order to bring out the best in the student. The students are using AI, that is for sure. Everybody knows that. The way maybe we would be using Google during our student days, students are using AI nowadays. But we need to channel that, AI customization as per the student, as per the course, and not having it a random good call. Okay, we can have a oral assessment as well. You can go to multiple AI tools right now who will chat with you directly as a podcast, and it will give you hands-on interaction. That's how you are going to mold a certain chapter into assessment and bringing out grading and administrative efficiencies. Okay, next one, please. The big picture here is we need to be more we need to have a more comprehensive evaluation of the learning processes. Uh, as of now, what we are doing is we are, or so far, what we used to do is we used to make people read, write, bring out certain projects. Nowadays, doing, for example, a case study is very easy, but how to implement that case study, we are into that stage, of time of digital awareness. Gone are the days wherein you would only ask the student to make a case study or to read a case study. Reading and making is now just maybe less than a 5 minutes process. Okay? We may want to shift the students' energy into implementing that. If a student was spending a month or a two or maybe a full, curriculum era into generating or reading a case study, now he or she can implement that case study into real life and bring you more result. Okay, AI is able to help us understand these problems, the real life problems, much deeper. It is making us to think in a very different manner, and real world application is happening right now. As we are talking, there are students who are in their early 20s and they are making iOS apps just by using certain prompts. If that is the standard, imagine the kind of evaluation you may want to develop henceforth. Okay, next one, please. Okay, these are the few assessment AI tools that we have. One is Easy Grader, the other is Quizy, the other is GradeScope. These are, as other AI platforms, are free for a certain credits. The credits are defined by the kind of usage you have. So, for example, you will get 200 credit as you would log in into Easy Grader AI. But after a certain level, you may want to end up you may want to end up paying for it. Unfortunately, these are paid platforms. If you may want to go deeper, um, the details, the feedbacks on the quality of writing, these apps can even now access or assess whether the certain project or a case study is written by the help of AI or not. There might be instances wherein the whole project is simply just developed by a few prompts on AI. Okay, these applications are going to help you as teachers assessing those projects, assessing those curriculums, in a far better manner, at least to the level wherein you would not spend much time evaluating and wasting time into just evaluation and assessments. These can generate you topics. These can give you quizzes for a certain chapter, for a certain curriculum, for a certain case study. For example, if you may want to put up a case study of IBM, if you go to Quizy, you simply put up a prompt of generating say 20 questions to Quizy on IBM case study. You will be able to generate that in 5 minutes. Something which you may end up taking at least 2 days, to generate quizzes about or of. Okay. The other one, the grade scope, is a great tool to assess code development. Uh, the 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 assignments wherein you are giving the students to generate certain coding. This is where it comes in. I don't know how many of you are teaching coding to your students, but the grade scope is something wherein you can assess the coding assignments of the students. Okay. Any questions so far on number ones and number twos? Okay, let's go next, please. Okay. So the third big picture that we are going to talk about is the most important. This is the engagement bit. This is where the teacher, this is where the students, this is where the authorities needs to come in collaboration in order to bring forth the AI in the world of learning. Okay. There can be interactive lessons between you, AI, and the students. So earlier, if there were three parties which would involve teacher, the book, or the course material, and the students, now the book and the course material should ideally be replaced by the artificial intelligence. Not because the books were not good, but because we want to spend less and less time in simply reading it and more time in implementing these studies or sessions into real time, into real life. Okay, you may want to use or you should use the AI tools that I suggested earlier, and that can be not just from teaching perspective, but can also be from learning perspective of both you as well as the student. Okay, we are also getting into engagements through real-time feedback. Gone are the days wherein teachers will pull up a student and tell him, okay, you haven't done well, go out of the class. You cannot now do that. Especially colleges, it has never been the case. But now you can simply give a real-time feedback straight away. That is not even maybe done fully by you. Okay, the assessment is done by the AI. You are the one telling the AI how to do the assessment. The AI will do the rest. Okay. There can be then a collaborative learning that can be through multiple platforms, through discussions, through feedbacks, through enhancing engagements and communication skills amongst you, the students, the communities. There are multiple communities available on Reddit. You can go there and know more about these sessions and know more about these communities. Okay. So engagement is going to be more and more important right now, uh, not because you are not engaging so far, but you are engaging only from say finishing of a certain project. With AI, you are going to engage finishing of the project by implementing that into real life problems. Students can now solve a certain problem through AI right now. There are class 9th or 10th students who have started to organize a full-blown events only through AI. I know I know a bunch of students who have sent out cold emails uh, through AI generated email IDs, and out of 5,000 emails sent out, 50 were successful, 50 were not junk. So from zero they have risen to 50, and for this they only took 10 minutes. Okay, so we are moving from just gulping down a book to now engagement. Any questions on the first three from anybody? Or go ahead. Okay. As the AI is getting deeper and deeper into our lives, we are also facing a lot of integrity challenges. Of course, you must be seeing videos of celebs stating about the AI has done this or done that. You must be seeing a lot of fake news. A recent example was Operation Sindoor, wherein there were AI generated videos coming out, and it was all giving all the fake news to all of us. So integrity has become a big challenge on all the aspects where AI is used right now. In order to uh, you know mitigate these challenges, you may want to start citations for the AI assisted work. There is no harm in first of all, we should not let the student think that if he or she has used AI, he has done something wrong. No, he has done something right, because that is what the future is going to be. Once you establish that trust, you will have to start asking the students that you may want to use the term AI assisted work. If you go to LinkedIn right now or many other platforms or social media platforms you are wherein you say you are posting an AI generated image or an AI generated video, it is automatically telling you that yes, this is AI generated. So world is anyways moving towards that situation. You may want to bring in a confidence amongst the student that even if you are using AI, you are doing nothing wrong. We have used Google during our student times. We have used Wikipedia heavily during our times. There was nothing wrong in it. We learned something or the other. With AI, they are going to learn the of 3 months in say just one day. That is how the AI is going to be. Okay, right. So we need to also establish honor code systems, define zones and transparent policies, which will bring in uh, a lot of comfort level amongst the students and teacher relationship. Okay, we may want to define an honor code system wherein may want to tell what are the educational values on which we are going to depend upon. What are the green zones? What are the yellow zones? What are the red zones? Wherein the students can play around and bring out a transparent policies. Okay, next please. AI is all Western countries generated. Okay? If you ask a very controversial questions to AI, which is a controversy in West, but a news in India, it is not going to tell you. So hence, we may want to mold the AI or look into molding the AI into more Indian way through including major languages. The wisdom that we have had from Indian cultural past and along with the modern technology. Community-based projects with AI-powered insights. If you are not able to solve electricity problem in a certain village, this is the time to bring in the AI. And technology, using a technology more as an enabler. There are farmers who have started to use the weather-based AI apps through which they are watering their crops. Okay? That is a good example of using technology as an enabler and not as a hindrance. It will become an hindrance if you are not learning it. It will become an enabler if you are trying to learn it. Okay, our classrooms should start supporting this cultural diversity. Okay, next please. These are the few challenges that we of course have seen, and we'll talk about the solution in the next slide. There is a lot of digital divide amongst uh, within India itself. While a very smaller chunk of institutions or colleges who are able to use these technologies, but there still remains a very big, large chunk wherein there is a lot of big digital divide. If you are able to maybe how many people are there in this call? Whatever 50 people are there are lakhs and lakhs of teachers right now. They do not have access to this. They do not have access to this platform. The digital divide is now ever increasing. Not because they do not have tools. They have tools which are becoming older very, very fast. Okay. How far can we rely on? We will talk about reliance on the research through AI. Anyways, so digital divide is going to be biggest challenge that we are going to face. Not everybody has access to laptop through which you are able to teach. Thankfully, people now have internet through their phones, but you may want to use a laptop or a certain bandwidth of internet in order to bridge the gap on the digital divide. Data privacy, biggest biggest criminal threat that is there in AI these days. Data privacy is something which is uh, not going to uh, go away. Okay, There will be instances even after you install a VPN, even after you install a multi-level antivirus system. Privacy is something which has a lot of nuances, which cannot be solved very easily. It can be solved, however, from the step one, which is integrity. We'll talk about it. Then the infrastructure. Not everybody have access to good internet. Not everybody have access to even be aware about what kind of AI tools you are going to use. By the time AICTE will publish a certain booklet about using a certain AI tools or apps, there will be far better and better AI tools and apps which will be developed. Okay. The tools that we talked about in the previous slides, 1 month or 2 months hence, it may not be as relevant, or the tools within those apps will be far more upgraded than the published material through Government of India or authorities or AICTE. Okay. Hence, teacher preparedness is very important, which is another challenge in this era, in this segment of AI. So teachers need to be prepared. They need to they need to be feeling over equipped to deliver the education through AI. Next, please. The solution is offline AI models, wherein we may want to include workbooks, printed workbooks, in order to mold people for the AI models. We may want to have a public-private partnership, peer meeting, and mobile-first approaches. While when we say mobile-first approach, we do not mean a smartphone. We mean a SMS-based or a USSD code-based uh, tool. Everybody is not carrying, smartphone. Colleges, yes. Metro cities, definitely. Three-tier colleges may not be. Not everybody is. At least still remains 20 to 27% of people who are not using a smartphone of that level, which can through which they can access AI. Public-private partnership, something that we are doing currently, is going to help to resolve a lot of issues into integrating AI into education. And then, of course, peer meeting, and not necessarily peer meeting of the same college or the same city. We may want to move out of the same nation. We may want to attract somebody through LinkedIn who is sitting, say, in US, who is sitting, say, in Europe, who is sitting maybe through China. Okay, you we all may want to have a peer meeting every once a quarter, because AI is changing and we need to integrate all of these. Next, please. Uh, this is one success story which I would let you guys to read through. There are 4,500 plus offerings, AI colleges, AI classes at the secondary level, which is school level. 1,000 offering AI classes at the senior secondary level. These are the schools. On student count, nearly 8 lakh students are enrolled in classes in the secondary level, and nearly 50,000 are enrolled at the senior level. Colleges, however, is falling short of. It's not even a number to be given here. It was not even about that much. So, hence, enrollment of students in colleges into AI integrated system is something that we need to rely on. We need to work upon. Sorry. Okay. Next. These are the few CBSE partners. I'm still not stating the AICTE partners because there are not many. Okay. These are the few CBSE partners that are there. IBM, Intel, Google, Canva. So one is the first row that you see are the tech partners, ranging from Microsoft to IBM. The second bit on the lower row is education and NGO partnership. There is a Australia University. You can access Canva education through your college ID. There is this NGO which is called 1 million for 1 billion. So there are 1 million people who are supporting 1 billion people for whatever cause that there is listed on the particular NGO. So this is the name of the NGO, 1 million for 1 billion. 1 million people is going to help 1 billion people. And then there is Learning Link Foundation. This is also supported by IBM. This is again an NGO wherein which you can access. And if you may want to seek out help, you can. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. Google, Canvas, Sites AI, teachable machines. While Google will help you with core features, how to use an AI, Canva will help you implement those AIs tools. Slides AI, again, it is very similar to Gamma AI, but regular testing identifies issues quickly and reduces cost. Okay, so this is something which you may want to use for maybe smaller assessments, smaller presentations. Gamma, while Gamma can, through Gamma you can generate a full curriculum into, uh, but if you want to do a smaller chapter, smaller sessions on a low budget, on a low cost, you can also use Slides AI. Then there is teachable machine. Adaptive approaches allow teams to pivot when conditions changes. So if your education say is into geopolitics, which is continuously changing these days, or on the thoughts of Donald Trump, you can use teachable AI. Okay, this is dynamic. This you can use mold the whole presentation or the whole curriculum with just a prompt. Okay, next please. All said and done, teachers are still essential. Okay? You might be hearing news that okay, AI will replace this, AI will replace that. AI will replace people who are not learning AI in totality. If you are not learning AI, you will be replaced by somebody who learned AI and came forth. Okay, the tasks of the tasks which may would take 2 days, 4 days, 5 days are getting completed within maybe under a minute. Okay, so you are still essential provided you are learning AI, because you would still remain a context provider to the AI tools. You would still remain the result interpreter. While an AI tool may suggest that okay, the certain student has earned 7 out of 10, you may want to read between the lines. You are the one who is going to decode the AI data. But in order to decode the AI data, you need to first learn AI. You will still remain an ethical guardian to the students who are using AI. You need to enforce this, that the student has to tell or has to inform everybody that yes, he or she has used AI as a tool in order to complete or learn or finish off a certain curriculum, course, or subject or test. You still remain a facilitator to the students. How to use AI is very, very essential. If you are simply using ChatGPT to clean your certain emails or clean your certain essays, it's not, you are not using it. You have to become the facilitator to your students. Okay. As I said before, in order for you to become a facilitator, you need to learn AI right now. And hence, you are still essential in bringing the world of AI to your students. As my teachers were essential in bringing the world of internet to me when I was a student. Okay, so human connections are going to be there. When internet came in, everybody said, okay, the jobs will be gone, the teachers will be gone, this will be gone, that will be gone. No, the jobs were increased, the teachers are increased, the colleges are increased, everything has increased, but replaced by people who have learned the internet at the right time. Next, please. AI literacy for all educators is important, as we just talked about. This is a continuation slide for that. We can continue, please. Next one. Next one, please. This we talked about. Okay, next. Next. Okay. So your education is going to be very important, as we talked about right now. Faculty development through AI is going to be the new role of the college institutions. It is the responsibility of these institutions, it is the responsibility of the government authorities in order for the teachers to be trained to be future ready, to be equally future ready and not unequally. Because if a teacher sitting at Lucknow is learning AI through multiple tools and teacher sitting in Delhi is learning AI through far more bigger multiple tools, it's not right. Okay, so the educator can start progress and succeed creating classrooms that are future ready, which are equitable and deeply engaging for every student also. So while you are learning your AI, you need to also ensure that the AI is implemented equally and understandably well for each and every student. You can customize your AIs for the student, with the student. You can tell him or her how to use a certain AI. Okay? So hence, your education is going to play a major role in this, and maybe this session is a part of it. Uh, yeah. Next one, please. Next slide. Ethics and responsibilities. You need to be transparent. You need to be equal. You need to promote privacy, and you need to uh, remove the biases. Okay, you need to create transparency by telling your student that you have used AI. So can you let them be comfortable enough to come and tell you that yes, I have used AI. Okay, without which they are not going to tell you that I have used AI. If you want to reduce your burden of checking it, you may want to make them comfortable that it's okay to use AI and it is genuinely okay to use AI. Okay? Schools and teachers must set clear, well communicated policies in order to use the AI. This is the responsibility of all the parties involved, from the government of India to the institutions to the teachers, and lastly to the students. Equality, you cannot have a certain set of students learn better tools and certain others not to learn the better. You need to provide equal amount of tools to all the students, just as we are providing equal amount of other resources to all the students. Privacy. Now, students are also prone to leaking a lot of their secret data, and I don't know how to put it, very sensitive data on online. For example, Chat GPT starts learning about you as more and more and more and more, and you talk to Chat GPT. But if you go to settings and you remove and you update the settings by not checking and using your historical data, it will not. You will simply chat about on a certain page, and it is over. It is not going to save your information. Lastly, is fair assessment for a diverse population. We as teachers, we cannot have a certain population learn about more about AI and certain other not. Schools should select tools, evaluate for fairness, regular review, and assess outcomes for patterns, and take corrective measures as and when needed. We need to do that. The teachers have to remain vigilant. We in the world of AI, we cannot even blink once. That is the speed of AI. And one blink and miss, it is going to create a big problem for the student. Okay. Next, please. Keep a watch out. Okay. There are AI agents which can help into personal learning and assistant. They are multimodal AIs, they are emotional AIs, they are VR integration, immersive learning experiences. Okay. We need to keep a watch out how to support a certain individual, how to support him or her through text, speech, image, or video, how to also support a certain student emotionally. Recently, Sam Altman has talked about people are chatting with the bots of ChatGPT and taking feedbacks as a psychologist. That is how the AI has gone. You can use that too. Okay. So there's nothing wrong in it. We can also use virtual reality into AI right now. Students can experience simulations and hands-on practices in order to be more hands-on with the AI. Okay, next one. What you can do this week is first to check your readiness. So far, whatever we talked about, we are now coming into implementation part of it. You need to check whether you have devices or not, whether you have good speed internet or not, whether you have good resources or not. Okay, with resources I mean projectors, I mean digital VC apps. Okay, are you comfortable with AI or not? That is the most basic readiness that you need to check. While internet can be managed, devices can be managed, paid for. The other the digital resources can be managed and paid for. But if you are not comfortable about using the AI, none of these would work. You need to start integrating your work into AI. People have stopped. There was a time when everybody would carry laptop. Thanks to Office 365, nobody is carrying laptop, and thanks to Microsoft Copilot, who are using Office 365, now emails are getting automatically replied by Copilot, Microsoft AI. That is the extent of comfort level you may want to inculcate in your day-to-day life. Okay. So while the first three is something that is supposed to be provided by the agencies, authorities, and colleges, the last one is up to the teachers, and that is the last one is the most important one. Okay, next one. You can choose any of these AIs that I have listed over here. All these AIs that I have told you, there is napkin AI, something that was not there in the earlier part. If suppose you have a multiple data, you put copy paste that data on napkin AI website, it will create a beautiful visual for you. Okay. Then others we of course talked about. You can create, connect, and plan. Create your own first AI assisted lesson plan through the tools that I suggested earlier. You can connect with your colleagues for peer learning, and you can plan for student digital literacy development programs wherein you want to inculcate or pull up few people who are technologically driven students who may want to take up these projects in their day-to-day life, and then of course you can expand it. Next one, please. Next, please. This is a checklist. It's nothing but a kind of a repetition from the before. Are you digitally ready? Are you AI? Have you selected your AI tool? Have you created a lesson plan, peer group, and digital literacy? Okay, next, please. Next one. Now, this is where to get help. Okay. So far, we talked about why AI is important, how it can be implemented. Of course, everything will not be done by you. Everything cannot be done by you. Okay. These are the places where you can go and get help. AICTE, educational departments of states, of cities, of India, even internationally, you can step out and seek support. LinkedIn is a great tool to use to seek out to international authorities and seek their support. Teachers can join subject-specific or technology-focused online communities. There are WhatsApp, there are Telegrams, there are WeChat groups, there are Facebook groups, which you can join and start chatting and talking about it. Pinterest is a great platform wherein you can create communities and learn about AI. And then there are tech companies like, you know, Microsoft, Canva, which are anyways partnering with the government institutes. So these are the few places you can get help from in order to develop tools, in order to get comfortable with the AI. Next, please. India's vision. Now, this decade, India is trying to dedicate in order to become the Vishwaguru, in order to develop a lot of skilled workforces, in order to create an ecosystem wherein innovation is promoted and want to become a global leader. Okay, that's the vision of India through AI. That's the vision of India through teachers, and that's why you are important. Just talked about you are still important. You are not gone. Your role is changing now. Okay, I deal with a lot of Chinese companies, and I also deal with a lot of Indian companies. I deal with European companies also. But the kind of skill or the product or a service that is offered by Chinese company, India is nowhere to be seen there. We cannot still deliver that quality, that service that Chinese companies and services can. This is what India is trying to change. And we talk about when we say India, we mean the government of India, and you are going to be an integral part of it. China has developed DeepSeek, a competition to ChatGPT or Grok or any other AI tool. India, we do not have, even after we are having so many engineers, so many doctors, all of that. It's not happening here. It's happening in China. And all said and done, we are trying to beat China at one way or the other. And you are going to play a good part in this. Next one, please. Okay, next. So as we talked about, AI is going to enhance you. It is going to free your focus from mundane work, checking the sheets, spending time on finishing a book, to mentoring the students. So far, you are just teaching the students more, mentoring the student less. Now you need to want to mentor more and teach less. You want to be their motivational support, emotional support, and foster values, human values. This can be enhanced by AI because you are going to save a lot of time to spend time with the student. Next, please. The idea is to start. Start small. Start using ChatGPT to generate, say, very good image for uh, the timeline of Akbar, for example. It can be used other format also. But start small, start somewhere. But at least as teachers, we need to start. Okay, next. This is utmost important. Ethics and integrity, both from the teacher, from the student, from the authorities, has to be there. Without ethics and privacy and integrity, the AI can become, criminal minded. Okay? This is as blunt as I can get. If you are not establishing ethics, rules, policies, integrity, honesty, privacy, this will this will come back upon us. As teachers, we need to build up the next generation more sensitive than what AI is trying it to. AI is not sensitive, but it will become sensitive if and only if you are establishing rules. Next, of course, learning every day is important. YouTube and podcasts are going to play a good role. Next one, please. A word of caution, guys. AI can commit mistakes. Every, every AI. If you do a search or if you do a work, it will tell you in a very smaller text, however, that this particular bot can commit mistakes. Please check your data. Please check your sources. And trust me, it commits mistakes. Okay. So do check once you are done with AI, after you have done a certain course or whatever. But do check, do a cross check. That's where you are important. For the student, you want to teach them how to check this, but before you teach them, you need to implement this. Next one, please. These are the resources. Okay. We are open for Q&A session if people have. The slide is done with. These are the links and the resources that I have used.
So there's one question from Pushplata.
Okay.
How should evaluation frameworks evolve as AI technologies rapidly change?
See, rapid change you will have to address on yourself. Let me address the second half of the question. Rapid change is something that you cannot stop. Chat GPT 3 से Chat GPT 5 तक आने में we took only 5 months. But from Chat GPT 1 to Chat GPT 3 we took 4 years. Maybe from Chat GPT 5 version to 15th version we will take only 1 year. So rapid changing is going to happen and it has to be addressed by you by continuous learning. YouTube hai, podcast hai, there are books available also. Assessment, how is it going to change is it is going to be more and more realistic. It is going to be more and more accurate by the rules that you are going to set to ChatGPT or any other AI tool or Gamma AI or Coripo. Wherever you are implementing this, you are the one setting the rule. That's how the time saving is how it is going to change majorly. But now, where you are investing time is to enter the prompt, telling, for example, if the only criteria for a certain essay is to be under 5,000 words, you may just want to tell the particular assessment AI tool that check if the words are under 5,000 or not. But if you are also setting up the rule whether the particular topic is explained in full within 5,000 words or not, that is something that you are going to set and not AI. AI doesn't have a mind of its own. AI is more of a memory tool. If you are entering a certain memory into it, it is learning and it is implementing that. That's all. It doesn't know the sugar is sweet unless and until you are telling it the sugar is sweet. So assessment is going to change two ways. Number one, you are going to set the rules for the AI. Number two, it is going to save you time. And lastly, which is not a part of change, it is going to be more and more accurate. So far, we may be 90% accurate, but the 10% lag can be corrected with it. Okay.
So
Hope I
the next question is from Bhavika Panchal.
okay.
Will AI not affect cognitive skills, critical thinking, logical reasoning of students?
I was chatting with a friend once, and we were talking about AI and this particular aspect only. Uh, at that chat, I gave a very good example, and I'm not praising myself, but there would have been a time when people moved out of Stone Age to papers, and people would still question cognitive intelligence and all of that. My answer to this is no. It is not going to affect it. It is, in fact, enhancing it. It's just that you may not be going more into it visually, as in you are not seen working on developing, say, a code or an app code. Since you are not physically seen, it is assumed that you are not cognitively intelligent. Cognitive intelligence was questioned even when internet was launched, even when social media is launched. But if you are using it correctively, if you are using Instagram, for example, which is a heavily used social media platform, only for fun, it's a very bad tool to have. I come from a fashion background. I handled brands like Boss and Armani in India. I have taken a lot of inspiration from Instagram fashion alone. If I am now shifted to a home decor company, I am now developing a lot of products thanks to Instagram ideas, Pinterest ideas. That's why you come into picture. How to use AI, how to teach students how to use AI is your job. Cognitive intelligence will increase. Your job is to teach that student how to increase that. If you are going to ChatGPT only to correct the grammatical mistakes in your essay, you are not using AI correctly. If you're using AI how to maybe set up a storyline in a timeline format, that's when you're using. Okay, I hope, but yes, of course, there are cases wherein we are losing it. There are cases wherein people are losing at least emotionally, if not cognitively. Yeah. Okay. Next, please.
The next question is, in what ways can AI generated feedback support students' learning process and reduce faculty workload?
As of now, you can click photos and upload on AI to check the sheet. For example, if you are teaching an economic policy to your classroom and you have made them sit for a test, and that test had 10 questions, multi choice questions. Okay, and it's a simple copy paper and all of that, no internet, no laptop, nothing. Okay, you can click a photo of that page or multiple pages, upload it on the AI tool, whatever you are using, ask it to check it as per the government policy or whatever policy you are teaching. If you are taking 3 days to assess the 50 students' test sheets with the image, click and share to AI, click and share to AI, click and share to AI, you may would end up finishing this in half a day. And that's the max I'm talking. Once you are, if you are investing time, that you may want to check first three, four students whether the AI is giving you right prompt, right answers, right assessment or not. But after the first three, four, five, everything is a cakewalk. So that's how you are going to save your time. Trust me. I mean, in my job at least, there are tasks which used to take 4 to 5 days. It is now taking less than 15 minutes. If it has been able to save my time, I'm sure if you're using more and more of AI, you will be able to figure out how to save your time.
Next question is from Akansha Oja. Can AI improve efficiency in management processes?
Management processes of what?
So
College?
she has mentioned, can I improve AI improve efficiency in management processes? That's it. It's incomplete.
So it's a very vague question, maybe, but I don't know if you want to manage student curriculum, for example. I don't know what does this mean, but
So she has mentioned staffing, planning, and directing and all.
so that you can. Okay, for example, if you want to manage staffing, you may want to pull out the industry standard that is there of a student to teacher ratio in a classroom of certain level. For example, if you're talking about second year of graduation, what is the ideal student to teacher ratio which is advised by something, or what are the standards there in the top 500 colleges? That data it can give you, and that you can start implementing. अभी तक क्या था, we would not even know about it, or even if we would take a lot of time to know about it. Now you go to Perplexity, it gives you real time information. It's the far advanced level of Google. If you're going there, if you're trying to set up a staffing through that, it is going to help you. So this is going to help you in managing a certain flow of work the way you want to define it. I'll give you so a small example. I now deal with at least 100 factories across the world right now. Okay, I am able to generate an automated payment sheet and update that can go to all management, top management people through just one click, which used to take my current company maybe 10 plus days to, उनको पता ही नहीं होता था कि क्या पेमेंट ड्यू आ रही है, किस फैक्ट्री को कब जाना है. Okay, this is a real time example, and this is as latest as this week, the week just went by. So you can, of course, manage it. And of course, I told my boss also that yes, this is through AI. There's no harm. There's no. We should not first of all shy away from telling people that okay, I used AI. Okay, next please.
The next question is, can AI help build creativity or does it reduce originality? Your point of view.
Ha. See, creativity is a very vast subject. Uh, it can build up a creativity if you have a certain idea and if you do not know how to move ahead. For example, if Bhavna, you want to write a book, and you want to write a book about a boatman, but you have no clue how a boatman operates. Okay, you may want to go to an AI tool and ask a day-to-day life of a boatman. What does he do? How does he steer a boat? How does he operate? How many hours does he or she spend? And then you can implement your own thought processes. Okay, but if you are telling the AI tool to write a book for you, okay, first of all, that's plagiarism. You are not using the words of your own. Okay. Second, you are ruining your own self. Okay. So, creativity is actually a question of integrity. Okay. If you are generating posts uh, only through AI and not using your own creativity, you are doing it wrong. So it's more a question of integrity than creativity. Creativity will still remain. There are still people who are writing good books on their own. There are still people who are writing good poems on their own. There are still people who are writing coding on their own. But what they are doing right now is, if they are feeling stuck somewhere in a coding, for example, if they want, somebody is wanting to develop a code and they got a bug into it, they can simply copy paste that into an AI tool and ask the AI tool to reframe it to remove the bug out of the code. That's how creativity is getting enhanced. You are not in creativity. If you are creative, you are not hitting a roadblock. You can remove that roadblock through the use of AI. But if you are only using AI to be creative, then that is wrong. I hope I was. It's a very controversial topic, but I hope I was able to answer.
Thank you so much, sir, for clearing our doubts so well.
Thank you, Bhavna.
Now, on behalf of the whole organizing team and all the participants, I sincerely thank you for such a wonderful session. We are grateful for your time and contribution, and we look forward to learning from you again in the future. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bhavna.
Now,